Welcome to the Country Watch Political Intelligence Briefing Quick Hits, a weekly briefing of hot stories across the world in brief. I'm Denise Youngblood Coleman, and I'm the Editor-in-Chief and Senior International Affairs Analyst at Country Watch. The featured country in the political intelligence briefing is the United States, as the election goes on and on and on and on. It's been 4 weeks since the country's election, and President Donald Trump has refused to concede to the 2020 winner, President-elect Joe Biden. President Trump has been involved in a futile process of trying to undo the election results in certain states, or even compel electors who are committed to voting for Biden to give their electoral votes to him instead. Trump's machinations were described as a slow-moving attempted coup by political and constitutional experts, but Trump was undeterred, and his campaign strategy, headed by Rudy Giuliani, was adamant about using many far-fetched measures, including unverified claims of fraud, to hold on to power. These dozens of legal maneuvers were, however, ending in failure. In fact, all of the key states where Trump was challenging the election results, Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania, had certified Joe Biden as the winner. Trump was left with very little runway to challenge the election outcome outside of hoping for some way that the election results could be thrown out. Meanwhile, President-elect Joe Biden was continuing the transition process, most recently by naming his economics and communications teams. Moving into the wider world, there was a burgeoning crisis in the Middle East after the apparent assassination of one of Iran's leading nuclear scientists, Mohsen Fakhrizadeh. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, vowed revenge against the perpetrators and those who ordered the killing. The general consensus was that Israel was the likely power behind the elimination of Fakhrizadeh. It's worth noting that Israel did not take formal responsibility for the operation, which apparently took all of 3 minutes and was done by remote control, according to the Fars news agency. But Israel has been linked with the killing of more than one Iranian scientist in the past. Moreover, the precision of the elimination bore the hallmarks of a sophisticated Israeli military operation. In Belarus, embattled President Alexander Lukashenko announced that he would step down as the leader of that country pending the adoption of a new constitution. The man known as Europe's last dictator has been clinging to power since elections were held in August 2020. Those polls, largely regarded as rigged, sparked mass protests that have been ongoing since that time. Lukashenko appeared to be coming to terms with the inevitable and was preparing to relinquish the post that he has held for over the course of more than a quarter of a century. At least verbally, he was signaling that he would not influence the process of constitutional reform. He said, "I am not going to shape the constitution to suit my needs." Nevertheless, protests have continued in the streets of the Belarusian capital of Minsk. A diplomatic imbroglio was brewing between Bulgaria and North Macedonia. Specifically, Bulgaria was blocking North Macedonia's path to accession to the European Union. North Macedonia was initially blocked from accession to the EU by Greece, which objected to the use of the name Macedonia, claiming that it referred to a historical and cultural Greek region. For many years, the country was referred to as the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia to distinguish it from the Greek area of Macedonia. Finally, an agreement was forged for the country to adopt the name Republic of North Macedonia in 2018, which was ratified by the Greek Parliament in 2019. Now, Bulgaria was insisting that North Macedonia recognize the Macedonian language as a dialect of Bulgarian. More problematic was Bulgaria's desire that North Macedonia change its representations of Balkan history that paint Bulgaria in negative light when it was allied with Nazis in World War II and occupied parts of modern-day North Macedonia. North Macedonian Prime Minister Zoran Zaev made conciliatory gestures to Bulgaria, suggesting that the past be left in the rearview mirror, only to spur outrage at home amongst nationalists, with protesters demanding that he step down. For more information about these and other stories, read my weekly political intelligence briefing, accessible from the front page of the Country Watch website at www.countrywatch.com. As always, thank you so much for your time. Have a great day, and remember that we live in an interconnected world.